The Victorian Parliament is debating legislation aimed at easing the suffering for families of missing people. A Bendigo family has been living a nightmare since their 28-year-old son vanished in January this year. Daniel Rosewall's disappearance remains a mystery, but his family is hopeful one day he'll return. As Kathy Lord reports, the new legislation would allow the Rosewalls to take control of their son's affairs so that if he does come home, it won't be to a financial mess.
Julie Rosewall's grief is heartbreaking. Her son Dan disappeared in January and hasn't been seen since.
We just would like, if Dan's watching or anyone who knows any little thing, we just want to know if he doesn't want to come back, we'll deal with that when it happens, but please just let us know.
The Bendigo man borrowed his mother's car to go to an appointment and never made it. The car was found near Broken Hill, but after a 5-day search, there was no sign of him. So the family went back to Bendigo to wait and hope for news. While they waited, Daniel's bills started to pile up.
His girlfriend found a notice from the Water Commission that he hadn't paid and he'd have been referred to a debt collector. The debt collector was threatening court action. The next step would have been court action and a sheriff's letter, and that would have happened for everything. So all they wanted to be was paid, and we could pay it, all fixed.
Privacy legislation made it virtually impossible to manage his financial affairs. They couldn't even redirect his mail, and the bills just disappeared into a bureaucratic black hole.
We couldn't do anything, we couldn't find him, but if we can have everything the best possible for when he does come back, that's all we can do.
David Rosewall eventually sought help from the Loddon-Campaspe Community Legal Centre and solicitor Anna Howard.
This legislation was required because essentially, currently, there is very limited ways in which anyone can apply to manage the estate of a person who is missing. And in fact, not any person can. The only person who can do it is a trustee company.
The centre lodged a submission to a government review of guardianship laws, highlighting what it said was unnecessary stress and bureaucracy for the families of missing people.
It just seems ridiculous, It's not as if people wanted to take their money, or it's just that manage their... And Daniel had money in his bank that you can't access to do stuff.
Anna Howard recognised the need to give the families of missing people the ability to take financial control.
The one thing that families have consistently told us since investigating this issue is that they see tying up the debts and the estate and affairs of the person who's missing as being really important in their, ambiguous sort of grieving process.
David Rosewall.
How are you? Good to see you, Rob. G'day, how are you?
When she briefed Attorney General Rob Hulls about the problem, he moved quickly.
So I spoke to my department shortly after speaking to Anna, and I said, I want this fixed. And it didn't seem to me to be a complicated amendment to the legislation. Got the advice back pretty quickly, and we moved on it very swiftly.
The legislation would give VCAT the power to appoint a relative or close friend to manage the affairs of someone who's been missing for more than 90 days.
It's just a straightforward way for the family to be able to take this on themselves, and it's accessible and practical in our view.
It'll be debated in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully it will receive bipartisan support.
It's been a long and arduous road for the Rosewall family, but they're not giving up hope yet.
We are very, very of the strong belief that Daniel's still out there somewhere and going to come back, and we're just parents. We just want stuff ship-shape for, that's the least we can do.
Kathy Lord with that report and that State Line for this week. Thanks for watching.